We're at South High School's Acuity Fieldhouse, where tonight the Red Wings take on conference opponent Manitowoc. Hello everybody. In the background you hear the South High Pep Band under the direction of Wade Heinen. Also joining me is the coach, Chris Wright, and I'm Mike Martin. Hey Chris, both teams not doing very good in conference. Manitowoc is doing even worse in South.
Yeah, they're just struggling this year. They've only won 2 games in conference. They won 6 games in non-conference. But if you look at the winning percentage of those non-conference games, it's only 39%. So they picked up all their wins against non-conference teams. It's not the same Manitowoc program from about 10, 15 years ago, that's for sure. Coach Gallagher's trying to rebuild it, and from what it was, kind of fell down. Now he's got to bring it back.
South had a good night the other night up at Green Bay Southwest. They won by 25 points, actually. So things are looking up on the south side of town, but they need to keep it going tonight.
Yeah, they do, and they only have 2 home games left. It's unbelievable. They play tonight here, then they have 3 games on the road, and then they finish up here against Preble.
You mean when they travel up to the dark side later this month, that's considered an away game?
That is an away game, true, but so they don't have too many games left. And again, I've kind of mentioned it all this season. I look at their yearbook every year, and I look at the pictures. They have 9 seniors this year. Expectations were pretty high. They're 7-10 right now. They got to start to build a little bit, for tournament. We mentioned the last time we were here, consistency is their problem. They just seem to have a tough time scoring. They're shooting just 40% from the floor, and that just the scoring thing is just not going for them for all 4 quarters for every game.
Now, last year, Adam Bonk, their high scorer this year, averaged 17.8 points a game. This year he's down to a little over 14. The one guy that is still doing a good job is their sophomore now. He was a freshman last year, TJ Schneider. What's up with Bonk?
I don't know what's up with him, but, not too far off his average and things, but, again, he's a senior carrying the load. Schneider kid's a tall kid, 6'6", going to be the tallest kid on the floor, so I'm interested to see what he's all about. They only have one other guy that's scoring around 10 points a game, so Manitowoc's looking for scoring as well.
Whenever we do these games, and I write down the things that South needs to do to win, one of the things I always mention is avoid prolonged slumps. It seems like, they'll come out for a quarter or a half and shoot real well, and then all of a sudden, it's like they hit a wall.
Yeah, we saw it a couple weeks ago against Bayport. I mean, they played so well, and that 4th quarter, we probably frustrated you fans because we just were trying to will them to win. And we were just like, they played so well, and then just couldn't make baskets. And that's why I said, for the rest of the year, the word is consistency for Sheboygan South. They just got to find more people making baskets.
In Manitowoc's last game, they lost to Notre Dame 71-62. Like you mentioned, they're not playing very well. The one thing I did notice in the conference is there were 4 teams with 8 or 9 wins, and then you had mentioned right after I said that
there's 5 teams with only 4 wins. So it's kind of like we expected at the beginning of the year. The league is kind of top-heavy. You got some of the real better teams, and then the bottom teams are just fighting for the bottom. And Sheboygan South's trying to work their way up, maybe finish somewhere in the middle of the pack. They still have time to maybe finish 5th.
South comes in with a conference record of 4-7. They're one of those teams with 4 wins. Manitowoc only 2-9. But what's interesting about Manitowoc is they're 8-9 overall. They've won all their non-conference games. And you mentioned something right after I said that.
Yeah, like I said, they're 6-0, but they haven't played really anybody at all. They played, like I said, the winning percentage is 39%. They did beat a Plymouth team that's got a nice winning record. But besides from that, they really haven't played anybody. I think the other team they beat with a winning record was Kewanee. So those aren't Division I schools that they're playing against. So they've really struggled this year. And they did only lose by 1 to North, though, which makes me a little scared about tonight because of what you mentioned with the consistency of South.
One of the things we always talk about is winning at home against teams you're supposed to beat. South went up to Manitowoc and beat the Ships by 15. Tonight is a game that South should win.
Yeah, they should. And like I said, there's only 2 games left. And as I mentioned a couple weeks ago, it seems like when South scores 62 points or more, they win. 6 out of their 7 games, they've scored 62 points or more. Let's see if they get to 62. They had a chance to do it against Bayport, and they fell short of 62, and they lost. So let's see if they get it tonight.
All right, so we're going for 62 points tonight. Chris had mentioned about Brian Gallagher, the Manitowoc coach, trying to build a program. He doesn't even get any respect from the bus company. Their driver didn't show up. They wound up coming here about 20 minutes late. We're going to step out, and when we come back, we'll have the starting lineups and the tip-off for tonight's basketball game.
When you adopt a child from foster care, just being there makes all the difference.
Are you connected?
If you don't have access to internet, you aren't going to be able to take advantage of anything.
The internet is essential to the basics in life: housing, healthcare, employment.
I personally benefited from broadband because I was able to fill out different applications, and I'm pretty positive that I'll get another job.
To get connected, call 866-765-9118 or visit changeyourtomorrow.org.
If everyone had access to the internet, people's lives would be changed.
Connect today. Change your tomorrow.
Hi, I'm Teresa Giudice.
What is nephrotic syndrome?
What is FSGS?
FSGS is a leading cause
of kidney failure in
children, and over 8,000 people are diagnosed with FSGS and nephrotic syndrome each year.
Nephrotic syndrome affects adults and children
of both sexes and of any race.
Make a difference
and join us in the fight against
FSGS and nephrotic syndrome. Please visit nephcure.org or call 866-NEPHCURE to learn more.
The curfew you have imposed on me is an egregious infringement upon my social well-being and freedom. Speaking of freedom, it is preposterous to suggest that I have my homework done before playing video games. I know my rights, and you can't tell me what to do.
Mom, Dad, you have 30 seconds for a response.
Does every conversation with your teen turn into a debate? Call the Boys Town National Hotline at 800-448-3000 or visit parenting.org. Trained counselors are on call 24/7 to help with parenting problems.
My diabetes tests me every day. It tests my parents, my friends, my gymnastics practice. But JDRF has my back. They're working hard to find a cure for type 1 diabetes, which for me would mean freedom. And they help me now with better treatments and new devices that make my life easier. The folks at JDRF test themselves every day, so someday I won't have to. JDRF, improving lives, curing type 1 diabetes. My diabetes tests me every day. It tests my parents, my friends, my gymnastics practice. But JDRF has my back. They're working hard to find a cure for type 1 diabetes, which for me would mean freedom. And they help me now.
Values. Sportsmanship is one such value that makes this game an educational experience. The Fox River Classic Conference expresses sportsmanship as a goal expectation for all in attendance at tonight's game. Please remember to sport a winning attitude by cheering positively for your own team. And now, let's meet the starting lineups. First, for the Manitowoc Lincoln Ships. 6-foot senior number 4, Adam Bonk. 5'10", junior number 5, Andy Kavanaugh. 6'1", senior number 22, Austin Braun. 6'6", sophomore number 23, TJ Schneider. And 5'11", senior number 24, Tyler Thiers. Head coach for the Ships, Brian Gallagher. And now, your starting lineups for your Sheboygan South High Red Wings. 5'11", senior number 3, TJ Pitch. 6'2", senior number 4, Connor Harrison. 6'1", junior number 10, Tyler Ginther. 6'4", senior number 33, Eric Tetschlag. And 6'4", senior number 34, Jared Wrecking Crew Lightus. Head coach Mike Rank, assistant Jeff Risto, managers Brett Smith, William Simmons, honorary manager tonight Steve Downs. The officials for tonight's game are Russ Mueller, Steve Steiner, Kyle Christensen. These individuals are registered by the WIAA and assigned by the Fox River Classic Conference. Their experience and integrity qualify them to administer the rules of the game. Tonight's game supervisor, Chris Korf, and our trainer from Prevea Sports Medicine, you know her, you love her, Maggie Bauer, Bauer with a B.
Bauer with a B. Good job by Tetschlag to control the tap for the Red Wings starting off.
Another zone, Marty.
Yeah, it's get it in the middle of the zone. A runner that time, it's up and good by Gunther. Gunther with that first basket for the Red Wings. Good start for them. Hope they can keep that going. Adam Bonk, number 4, is their high scorer. That 3-ball attempt was no good by Andy Kavanaugh. 2-3 zone. Chris called it right away. We haven't seen him play, Chris, and I did check the schedule last week if we catch him again, which we don't. Not a good pass there by Pitch, trying to get it into Jared Reklaitis. Bonk with a jump shot in the lane, no good. Tap up wouldn't go down for Austin Braun. He had a good look, but couldn't get it in, and then we get a travel call. Well, it would look like a good start, Chris. All of a sudden has slowed down.
Well, there are two teams still trying to find themselves as we enter February.
Well, there's a reason why they both have a losing record. That shot didn't want to go down either for TJ Schneider. Schneider only a sophomore. There's a good feed to Jared Reklaitis, and he puts it up and in.
Jared averaging 7-2 a game, 5 rebounds. Leads the team in rebounds with 5.5.
It's a big body in there. He'll be a force on the baseball diamond too, Chris.
Yes, he will. Breaks an 0 for 4 slump for Manitowoc. Reklaitis got it blocked there, Marty.
Oh boy. Manitowoc comes away with it. Kavanaugh trying to push it up, but South pretty good on getting back on the defense. Good move in the middle, and the basket is up and good by Schneider.
With the left hand.
We're all tied with 5:30 left in the first quarter. Pitch from outside the line, couldn't get it. Coming away with it is Bonk. Schneider.
Kind of a wild shot there.
Yeah.
But
it was a no-look pass. Unfortunately, the receiver was the one not looking. South in a man-to-man defense. Manitowoc showing a lot of movement on offense, Chris, but not looking to the basket much.
Oh my.
Schneider from outside the line. Not very close. And then Kavanaugh went after it, but his foot stepped on the line when he tried to tip it back in.
Coach Gallagher wondering the same question of his sophomore. We work the ball around and then
take that shot.
Take a jump shot from outside, well outside the
That's one
circle.
of those kind of shots you can get that just about at any time.
Nice skip pass. Good job by Tyler there to pull the defense in and kick it to Jared.
There's an open shot. Ginther's shot is no good. Schneider with a rebound for the Ships. Turnaround kiss off the glass is no good. And then again, good movement by the Ships. That time they looked to the basket a little more and were able to draw the foul on the Red Wings.
Braun with his second offensive rebound in the first 4 minutes. We're at 4:06. You know, fast-moving quarter, but not a lot of offense.
Schneider with a chance to give Manitowoc their first lead of the night. South ran off 4 points, was 4-0. Now Manitowoc is on a 5-point run. They get 6. First substitute of the game, Evan Wanek. And Dave Latour coming in.
Wanek at 6'8".
Latour was the other guy, Chris, you had mentioned. You didn't mention him by name, but you said they had a third guy that was averaging a little over 9. That's Latour. Pretty nice to have a guy averaging 9 points a game coming off the bench for you.
Wanek just a big 6'8" body, averaging 6.8 a game. He's number 42 in the paint.
Drive by pitch.
Challenges him.
Yeah, shot is off. Wanek got a hand up on the shot attempt. I'm surprised he didn't get called for a foul.
I agree.
And a layup is no good by Latour. He had a wide open layup and couldn't get it. Good play by Manitowoc to get the nice shot, but couldn't get it in. Reklitis. Wanek is a roadblock in there, Chris.
Good hustle.
And Connor Harrison with a nice steal, or pardon me, save. And then we're going to get over and back. Good call by Russ Miller.
Well, they've been bringing Sam Selk off the bench, Coach Rank, kind of their six-man spark.
Also in the ball game is Matt Miller, number 12, the old left-hander. Latour has it inside, shot off the glass, misses another easy one. And we get pitch on a bust out. He lays it up and in, ties up the ball game.
Wow.
Two real nice looks by the Ships, and they can't get it in. Both of them by Latour. You know, Wanek is a big...
Wow.
Another not a very good shot. Wanek's a big guy in there, Chris, but when you look at his legs, he's got pretty skinny legs. Miller, no. And we're going to get a foul on Connor Harrison over the back. It's going to be his first. Ginther coming in for Harrison. We're all tied up. 2:20 left in the first quarter. It's 6-6. South continuing in that man-to-man defense, and then cutting down the lane was Adam Bonk, but the ball was way over his head. Selk might have got away with one there, Chris. I think if the pass is on the mark, you almost got to call a foul.
Yeah, that's one of those, just the feet got tangled up. Nothing you really can do about it. Unforced turnover, first turnover on the Ships. Good screen by Reklitis there. But again, another miss by Miller. Miller's just shooting 26% from the floor, Marty.
He had two nice looks there.
I don't think he's going to take that shot, Wanek, that is.
He wants to get it right there, and they don't even look to him. Wanek dumps it inside, and we're going to get a foul. I think Ginther's going to get that one. He knows it, too. It's his second. He may not see any more time this half, Chris. He's got 2 fouls.
Both teams averaging 13 points a game in the first quarter, and they're nowhere near 13, Marty.
Kunish in the game for the Ships. Tetschlag also checked back in. Adam Bonk looking to go a little one-on-one. Chris was right. This is a very quick quarter.
Well, they have Wanek there on Miller, but couldn't get it to him.
Good job by Reklaitis not to go out and guard him way out there if he's not going to shoot.
It's just basically a high-low swing game, Marty. They just screen down and pop up. Screen down, back cut.
This is what we saw on the JV level too. Good block that time by Miller. And almost a good pass. Unfortunately, it was stolen. That's a turnover. Manitowoc has it back. Shot is no good. Reklaitis with a strong rebound. Red Wings on the run. Harrison lays it up and in.
Well, they're much more athletic than the Ships South, that is, and that's why they're getting the opportunities that they are. That's why they have the lead with 20 seconds left.
TJ Schneider looking for the ball and has it. Good defense by Tetschlag. That's a good matchup, Chris. Keep Tetschlag on him. He's athletic enough and matches up height-wise, too.
Latour's going backwards.
4 seconds left in the quarter.
Good grief.
Pullback jumper is no good by Latour, and we're at the end of 1 quarter of play. A slow one. South on top, 8-6.
Come on, let's go.
Hey, hi, what's your name? You live around here? You're pretty. Where are you guys going? Where are you going? Where are you going? Where are you going?
Guess it's about time to get you fixed, sweetie.
Your pets will start getting noticed sooner than you think. Accidental litters lead to millions killed in shelters each year. Help prevent more. Fix at month 4.
Stop. Whether it's on the way to school, at school, or online, bullying has become a non-stop threat to our youth today. Is your child being bullied? The National Runaway Switchboard can help. If you're having a hard time, get online or call to chat now.
In action earlier, the South JV team defeated Manitowoc. I believe it was 57-47, Chris.
They're having a nice season.
They're having a very nice season.
Jamie Berlin coaching that team. That's a team to look for in our future.
I was talking to Mr. Rank, Mike's dad, earlier today, and I think he said they were like 13-4 or so, something like that. But yeah, you're right. Shot by Schneider is good, a 3-pointer.
Well, Manitowoc shooting just 13% in that first quarter. Get off to a good start there.
Schneider has 7 of the 9 points.
South shooting just 36%, Marty. So they're below their average of 40, but about the same of what they've been doing.
It was a slow mover for sure. Shot by Tetschlag from way outside the line is no good. Another guy that won't shoot, Chris, is Kunish. Schneider will shoot, though, and he drains a 3 again.
Wow. Timeout South, Marty.
Timeout by the Red Wings. They're now down 12-8. They came into the quarter, allowed only 6 points in the first quarter, and all of a sudden Schneider with a couple of threes, and they've got 6 already.
Well, there's no question that the focus of Manitowoc is TJ Schneider. Don't know if he always makes the best decisions, but they're going in right now for him.
I got a question for you, Chris. On that last South possession, Tetschlag took the long 3. was a little tardy getting back on defense. I'd mentioned the possession before that was a pretty good matchup, I thought, for South. Do you think taking that long shot caused them not to get back? And
well, it just looked like Schneider just went to a spot and was open here, and Eric was just a little slow to get there. I don't think it was his fault, but now Manitowoc coming with a different defense here.
Looks like a 1-3-1 trapping zone.
Good idea to get to Harrison in the middle. The quickness of South should help.
Another shot off from three-point land. Maybe they need to dump it inside to Recklitis again. Had some success with him getting the ball inside.
South now 0 of 7 from 3, Marty.
Wide open shot underneath by Kunish is good. They're on an 8-point run, Chris.
Well, and they're using the big 6'6" lanky Schneider up there on top. Makes the passes a little more difficult for
Wanek 6'8", Schneider 6'6". What it does do is it makes it really difficult to go side to side. And a steal. But Ginther steals it right back for the Red Wings.
Just the second turnover on Manitowoc. Oh, Recklitis.
Pitch with a pull-up inside, no good. Recklitis got the rebound and draws the foul on Wanek. That's the first Manitowoc foul, Chris.
Recklitis just bigger, stronger, and wanted it more in there.
Not taller, but definitely stronger.
Right, and good space there. I guess they say about 75 of jump shots go long, and well, he was on the weak side or the long side of that rebound and got it.
The long side is right. It caught a lot of rim, but it dropped in for Jared.
Yeah, he's shooting 55% from the free throw line. Got only half.
14-9. Wanek calling for the ball inside, but they're not really looking to him.
Oh, that's deep for Bonk.
And Harrison now on Schneider with Tetschlag out of the ball game. We'd mentioned Manitowoc is 8-9 on the season, only 2-9 in conference. Their signature win on the year would be when they beat Pulaski.
Another
Harrison
fast
taking
break
it
layup.
right to him and scores. Connor Harrison with a very nice move.
They have at least 6 points off fast breaks, Marty.
Schneider on the wing. Wanek gets it right in the middle. Looked inside, but nobody popped open. Schneider off the glass and in.
Good defense by Harrison. I thought that was a shot by Schneider he couldn't put in, and here's the speed of pitch.
Recklitis going to draw the foul on Wanek again. Evan Wanek with 2 fouls. Let's see if Coach Gallagher leaves him in or not.
And defensively, just not very smart. As a junior by now, you should know you don't have to be leaving your feet and doing those. Just stay strong. I mean, that was just an easy 2 calls by the officials against Wanek.
Wanek out of the ball game now. Braun back in. And Wanek, Jared Recklitis with another 1-for-2 trip. 16-12, Manitowoc on top. Eric Tetschlag checks back in, and still Connor Harrison on Schneider. A good feed inside. Kunish got away from Ginther and scored an easy basket.
Credit the pass, so like you said, Marty.
Pitch looks good, but didn't go down. Looked like it was right on. He had a great release. Ginther
Oh,
threw it
my.
back in, but right to Schneider, and he lays it up and in. An easy basket for Schneider. It's 20-12. Manitowoc by 8. Tetschlag not able to handle the hard pass. Rolling down to 3.5 minutes left in the first half. We're going to get a foul on South. That should be a non-shooting foul. He should have tried to shoot the ball, Patrick. Chris could have maybe drawn free throws.
Just a 4th team foul on South. Only 2 on Manitowoc. We're at the 3:32 mark. We may have started late, but so far the game is
moving right along. Yeah. Kyle Baney coming in for Connor Harrison, who picked up his 2nd foul. Inside to Schneider, off the glass, no good. Sam Selk with the strong rebound for the Red Wings.
Caught a break there. That ball was
yeah,
round and round, but did not want to go down.
It was almost a travel by Selk.
So we mentioned South 12 points, 6 of them on breakaway, basically layup, fast break ones.
Miller with a 3 ball.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of regular baskets till Miller got that one.
First 3 ball of the night for South.
1 of 9 from there. It's Miller's 16th 3 on the year.
Schneider stepping to the line. He was 2 for 2 back in the first quarter. Manitowoc has made all 3 of their free throws so far. South has only made 2 out of 4, all of those attempted by Reklitis.
Well, and South hit that 3. That helped a lot. Looked like it was a big deficit. But those 3-point baskets sure shrink up the lead.
I know. Prior to us coming on the air, we were watching the Wisconsin-Indiana game, and you know, they had a sizable lead, but all of a sudden, the Hoosiers started making some 3 balls.
Well,
and like you said,
they can fill it from out there. Filling it.
Miller with another 3. Where's the Harry Carey button when you need it?
Just like that. It's just a 4-point game.
Back screen set on Tetschlag, but he's able to slip that.
Who's going to score for Manitowoc now? No Bonk and no Schneider in the game.
And no Latour.
What?
Well, Bonk's in.
No,
No,
he's not.
Latour's in.
Yep.
Latour's the guy that's in, number 3. Selk gets jammed on a screen.
Oh.
Shot is off, no good. Over the back. The shot is no good by Braun. Andy Cavanaugh had a pretty good look, but didn't even come close. Boy, oh boy, kind of a chancy pass there. Chris South able to keep control. Pitch. Can't get it. Manitowoc with another rebound. Miller never even touched the ball that possession.
I'm Manitowoc. I want my guys in. Last minute and a half, you're going to blow your lead here with your guys sitting on the bench when they only have 2 minutes till half they can rest.
Yeah, they don't have any foul trouble. They have 2 fouls in the whole first half, both of those on Wanek, and he didn't start the ball game. And now we get a 30-second timeout by Manitowoc.
Good timeout by Manitowoc, I think. But Reklitis gets to come back in for South.
Bonk and Schneider, the 2 big guns for the Ships, have just checked in, Chris. So he must have been listening to you.
Like that idea.
I liked it with the lineup they had better. I thought that was just fine. In that first game, South up in Manitowoc beat the Ships 62-47. A good win for South. By the way, Manitowoc's next game, Chris, is going to be February 10th. They host De Pere, and in a crazy set of circumstances. South's next game is also against De Pere. That's going to happen on Friday, February 6th, however. So Manitowoc gets a little bit of a break in the schedule after this game. And, you know, it's something we're not used to. I mean, you always like it. Everybody plays on Friday, and then you play again. Everybody plays the same night instead of spacing it out like they have the last few years.
No idea why everybody doesn't play. No idea. It's not like, never mind. Girls should be on the road, boys are at home. It's just that simple. I mean, everybody should be playing the same night.
It's not like baseball where a community doesn't have enough
fields,
baseball fields.
Right.
Manitowoc very patient. We're down to 25 seconds left in the first half. Miller is on Schneider.
Down to 20, Marty.
Tour has it. Manitowoc very patient. Oh, wow, wide open look. Schneider has it now. I can expect a shot. Nope, too much time. Now we're under 10 seconds.
We saw how well they did last time with this.
Yeah. Latour. And again, Latour attempting to make the pass on the foul. Should have tried the shot. He could have been shooting some free throws. As it is, they'll get it out of bounds with 1.8 seconds left. That actually was probably a pretty good foul, Chris.
Right. Watch for Kavanaugh coming back to the basket. Watch for Kavanaugh coming back to the basket.
Blocked. No basket. Tetchlog with the big block. And we're at halftime already. Manitowoc on top, 22-18.
Every day, thousands of people suffer from sudden cardiac arrest. Would you know how to help? Or would they be all alone? Learn what to do at heartrescuenow.com.
In an instant, everything we know can be taken away. I'm John LaRoquette, and as an actor, I've made a career on TV and performing on the Broadway stage. But is that what matters most? If I was suddenly disabled and couldn't take steps, couldn't I still act? Only abilities matter. Visit Kessler Foundation on Facebook and tell us your abilities. And go to KesslerFoundation.org, where only abilities matter.
He's here. Who? The Batman.
They don't understand us. We've got the latest. Came on a night bus. They know nothing like me, nothing like us. Yeah, we know it's okay. You don't like us. Don't mind me. I'm just abusing my powers. Raising my voice from the roof of the towers. Telling me minutes, not hours. Cause we're misunderstood. Like the shadow in the dark takes more than I see who we are. Why so serious?
serious.
Okay, this is over.
They are the varsity dance team. Carly Reinemans, the coach. We want to wish the dance team good luck at state in lacrosse.
I'm Sandra Fry. I'm a union bus driver, and I'm also a mom. During 17 years with Greyhound, I've covered over 2 million miles. My job is to safely bring families together. I love the open road, but I never forget that a drowsy or careless driver could be right around the next curve. Drunk driving is the deadliest of all. As a mom and as a bus driver, I have a message for you. If you drink, don't drive.
When you're behind the wheel, always watch for people walking and biking. It's Wisconsin law to give bikes at least 3 feet when passing. In Wisconsin, the laws are the same for bicyclists and motorists. So if you bike, ride with the traffic and obey stop signs and lights. People ride bicycles to go places, get exercise, reduce pollution, save money, and have fun. Watch for people riding bikes when you're driving. Share and be aware. We're all responsible.
Grandpa, look what I got. Let me see.
Oh, Dad, wait till you see the bike we got for Jake.
Hearing loss happens gradually with age, making it easy to ignore. Yet most older Americans aren't getting their hearing tested. Untreated hearing loss can keep your loved ones from enjoying what they cherish most.
Dad, can you hear me?
Don't let that happen. Speak up about hearing loss. You'll be glad you did.
Mom! What? You can't find Ichabod. What?
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who would love to put up with you.
He serves his party best who serves the country best. Rutherford B. Hayes.
Patriotism is easy to understand in America. It means looking out for yourself by looking out for your country. Calvin Coolidge.
Government is the people's business, and every man, woman, and child becomes a shareholder with the first penny of tax paid. Ronald Reagan.
There's nothing wrong in America that can't be fixed of what is right in America. William Clinton.
Be the we now.
They fought for social change. They fought against tyrants. They fought for human rights. Yet behind these achievements are individuals who waged a more personal war. They fought the struggle against mental illness, and they won.
You're looking at the #1 cause of lung cancer. That's why the Surgeon General issued this warning. Now you're looking at the #1 cause of lung cancer for non-smokers. That's why the Surgeon General issued this warning. Radon is an invisible radioactive gas that seeps inside your home from underground. Whether you smoke or not, radon can cause lung cancer. Protect your family. Have your home tested. Call 1-800-SOS-RADON. Radon problems can be fixed.
Back at South High School's Acuity Fieldhouse, there you see Lincoln on top, 22-18. Leading scorers, TJ Schneider had a great first half with 16 points. Matt Kunish had 4, and Austin Braun had 2. For South, TJ Pitch had 2, Connor Harrison 4, Tyler Ginther had 2, Matt Miller had 2 3-pointers late in the half for 6, and Jared Reklitis strong on the board and had 4 points at halftime. Chris, what do you have?
I have South should be happy to be where they are, down 28-18. Considering Schneider almost outscored them themselves, but like you said, those 2 threes by Miller were big. 36% shooting for South, 2 of 11 from 3. Manitowoc's leading the game and shooting 28%, 7 of 25 from the floor. So not great shooting. I think South should be happy where they are. Like I said, those Miller threes, or like Marty and I were talking during the break, those are 2 big buckets. Those 2 big ones and the Schneider 2 threes made the difference, because besides from those 2 guys, not a lot of damage in that second quarter.
South had no 3-pointers until late in the second quarter with the 2 by Miller. Also talked to a couple of the JV players from Manitowoc, and they let me know that in the freshman game, South won by a couple. And South looking for a sweep if they can get this varsity game, Chris. They're going to have to do something about Schneider, however.
Yeah, and as we mentioned before, just a sophomore, but he's definitely the best player on the Manitowoc game so far. Team is what we've seen. I know Bonk's their leading scorer, but he's pretty much been held in check. He's 0 for 2. On the other side, TJ Pitch, who leads Sheboygan South, he's 1 of 7 from the floor and only has, like Marty said, 2 points.
I thought that throughout the course of the first half, South had some real nice looks from outside the line, but just couldn't get them in until Miller hit those 2 at the end of the first half. I'm a little afraid about this Bonk guy, Chris. Without scoring a point in the first half, you just have to imagine he's going to light it up a little, or do a little better, obviously, in the scoring end here in the second.
Well, we got to get Pitch to get some too for our side.
Yeah.
Both teams struggle in the third quarter. It's their worst quarter of the 4.
No, good save, almost a steal. South keeps the possession, and I think Tetschlag just got away with a double dribble.
Well, let me tell you, 6 points have been 6 or 8 points for South on fast breaks, so they have been struggling against this zone to score any points. And there's just another turnover.
Yeah, I was just going to say another turnover.
8 for South. And that's a lot, but also there's not a lot of possessions, Marty. So
you're exactly right. That's the percentage of turnovers, per possession is going to be awfully high tonight. South continuing in the man-to-man defense. Bonk from outside the line, got it.
Did you call that, Marty, or what?
Well, if the guy's a scorer, you know that they're going to eventually find the end of the rainbow.
I do think South's got the athletes, the quickness. I wouldn't be afraid to even press, but you got to make some baskets or some free throws.
Yeah, exactly.
And force Manitowoc to try to do something, because I don't think they're as athletic as the South High team.
What I don't think South has done a good job of since the second quarter on is getting the ball inside, like right there. And Reklitis draws another foul. He'll be at the line shooting.
Well, we saw Ginther do that in the first half, and Pitch try to do that in the first half, but I think that's something to have. You know, you add Selk to the mix. You got some quickness out there. If you take out Reklitis, now you want him inside for offense, but you know, for defense and pressing, you can have a much quicker lineup than Manitowoc.
Sam Selk back in the ball game for Tetschlag. Be interesting to see who guards Schneider now that Eric's out of the ball game. A little bit of a runner by Harrison, no good. Reklitis with a strong board, puts it up and in. Thought he would have been shooting free throws before, Chris, on that previous possession.
Yeah, they called it down.
Yeah.
Jared having a nice game. Just using his size to his advantage.
Schneider gets it inside, off the glass, and in. Connor Harrison a little tardy on the cut through. And unfortunately a little tardy, turns out to be way tardy. Schneider couldn't get the layup to go.
That's two of those that they've missed, that he's missed.
Andy Bonk actually made a nice play there to get him the ball.
And that could have brought the lead to 9. Instead, South's going to make a bucket right here.
Reklitis had his shot blocked by Schneider. Shot by Kavanaugh is no good, but Manitowoc can't come back with the rebound. Good effort in the corner by Austin Brown, but South will have it, down 7. We talked about it at the beginning, Chris. They got to hit some shots.
Drive, penetrate, and dump down to Rek. He can make a lot of hay down there, and he's getting fouled tonight.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Got to call something there.
Oh,
shot by Ginther is good, and he's fouled.
There's Wally. Reklitis.
Yep. He wearing his Yankee hat again.
Ran right into the defense there, chucked it up and went in, and he got the foul. And just like that, they can cut the lead again. But he missed.
Yeah, South has been not very good at the line, Chris. 2 out of 5.
73% free throw shooter.
Leanbacker is no good, but going over Selk was Bonk.
Another break for South there. Could have been an easy basket. Oops.
Pitch trying to drive baseline, but good defense played by Thiers. I think Pitch wanted to shoot it, but since he hadn't made much.
Travel.
Yeah, they're going to get him with the travel. I didn't think he did, but Mr. Steiner thought he did, so we'll go with his call.
I'll tell you, South
bringing up the defense too, Chris, just like you mentioned.
Yep, I would.
Kavanaugh being guarded by Pitch. 27-22, South trailing. They led after 1, 8-6, but it's been all Manitowoc since then. Schneider with 18 points now. Shot by Brown is no good. Bonk, turnaround jumper in the lane is good. He now has 5 points. Matt Miller coming in for the Red Wings. Latour and Wanek coming in for the Ships. Wanek had a pretty good first half, Chris, till he picked up those 2 fouls.
Well, his size made a difference. He sits in the bottom of that zone.
Shane Kunish in the ball game for Manitowoc. Manitowoc staying with that 2-3 zone. Had pretty good success with that.
There's Miller who had a good first half.
He's going to chuck it up there and nail another 3.
Miller with his 18th 3 of the season. third in the game, single-handedly keeping South in here.
You stole my line. I was going to say the exact same thing.
Sorry, Marty.
Hey, that's all right. It's kind of scary. We're thinking alike now.
See if that picks up the D for South. Get another stop. Only down by 4.
Wanek, almost a travel, was able to keep his toe down on the fake pass.
Wanek needs to hit the jump ropes and the...
Kavanaugh had a shot blocked by Miller. What? I think they're calling a block off the padding of the backboard, so Manitowoc will keep it. In other words, South knocked it out of bounds.
Yeah, I was going to say Wanek just needs foot training and good hands by Selk.
Yeah, and Matt Miller came up with the ball. Harrison's at the free throw line, trying to get it. And Recolaitis threw it away. Actually didn't catch it very well and tried to throw it all in one motion. Rainbow 3 is up and good by David Latour.
Didn't look good from the release.
He loaded that one up from down on his hip. Timeout by South. Things are not going well here, Chris. We have a full timeout, Scott, so we can take a short break.
When I give you the signal, you two cut left to the flag. I'm gonna cover you from that tree over there. Remember, don't go for the flag unless you know the coast is clear, okay?
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent, because kids in foster care don't need perfection. They need you.
Back at South High School's Acuity Fieldhouse, where Manitowoc leads it. Our crew tonight is Richard Bartson up here by us running the top camera. Eric Wiesman not in the truck tonight. He's got to run the floor camera. Scott Maloff is our director. Chris Wright is manning the stats and the color, and I'm Mike Martin running the play-by-play and telling all the funny jokes. I know they're all waiting for joke number 1.
Well, I'm not worried, Marty.
I am.
Still 2 minutes left in the third quarter. South hasn't gotten really on track yet.
Harrison got it inside but couldn't get it in, and Recolaitis' tip is no good.
Harrison 2 of 5 tonight.
Wanek got it inside, off the glass, no good.
Another miss by the Ships. 3 easy baskets they've missed.
Good feed inside by Ginther, and Recolaitis missing an easy shot. And then he tapped it out of bounds. Well, that's... Did your mom ever tell you there'd be nights like that?
I thought he got fouled, Marty.
I thought he missed a shot.
Well, he did that too.
My point was I didn't think he got fouled, but...
Okay, I know that.
Rolling down to a minute left, and that was deep. Good rebound by Eric Tetschlag.
His 4th.
Oh, boy. I think instead of just throwing it back out, Chris, you got to turn around and face the basket and see what's available, and Connor's not doing that. Miller wide open from the other side, but TJ Pitch takes it and nails it.
It's his first 3. He was 0 for 4 from there, and just like that, South's down only by 4 again.
32-28.
Seems like every time Manitowoc has a layup to go up by 9, they miss it, and South comes back with a 3. Miller last time. This time, Pitch.
Latour was feeling it, but
I don't
missed
think
it. Miller is open on the side. And Tetchlaw gets grabbed and thrown down by Latour. He'll be shooting 2 on that foul. For Latour, that's his first foul. It's a third team foul on Manitowoc. South has not committed a foul, or I should say South has not been called for a foul here in the second half.
Tetchlaw 72% on the season. As a team, they're shooting 65% from the free throw line.
Beanie and Selk in the ball game now for Pitch and Reklitis.
Good time now with 6.8 left. Get them a quick rest.
Not the first, but not the second.
No pressure by South. I'm worried about this.
Latour had a good look, but couldn't get it in. And we're at the end of 3 quarters of play. Manitowoc 32, South 29.
This could be a bicycle. Or a bat. This could be a robot. Or an airplane. This could be a playground. This could be a book bag. Or a soccer ball. This could be a book. This could be beautiful. This cannot be trash. This can all be recycled. Learn more at thiscouldbe.org.
Hey, honey. What happened to your face?
Back at South High School's Acuity Fieldhouse, we're getting ready to start 4th quarter action. South has managed to hang in there. Manitowoc has had a couple of opportunities to bump a 7-point lead up to 9, but we're unable to do it. And then big 3-point baskets by Miller and Pitch cut the lead. And Schneider got it inside, but before he could put it up, Sam Selk commits the foul. Good
First team foul on South in the half. Both teams' best quarters, I was going to say, Marty, both teams' best quarters are 4th, but go ahead.
For Schneider, he's was 4 for 4.
Well, he had 16 points in the first half. He's only got 3 so far. Here, South shooting right on our season average at 40%. Find themselves down by 5. Four of 13 from 3 for South. They got 2 big ones there, and there's a bad turnover again.
Oh boy, Schneider actually got away with a walk. He dribbled the ball on his. I thought TJ Pitch should have really gotten on that ball, Chris, when that guy was laying there with it. You got to get in there and tie him up. He actually moved away, hoping that his teammate would steal it and they'd get a fast break, but Manitowoc gets a timeout call, and they do keep the possession, and with it being a full timeout, we're going to take a short break and be right back.
Some risks are obviously not worth taking.
Watch where you're going!
Some aren't as obvious, but could be just as deadly, like the risk for type 2 diabetes, especially if you're over 45 or overweight. Take the diabetes risk test. It's free and takes less than a minute. Type 2 diabetes is one risk you can't afford to take. So stop diabetes before it stops you.
It's been a very clean game, Chris. Nobody got into the bonus in the first half. South only had 5 fouls in the first half. Manitowoc only had 2. We're sitting at 3 fouls for Manti in this half, 1 for South. Playing that zone sometimes helps in that regard.
Yeah, on the year, South's committed 52 more fouls, which is 3 per game more than their opponents. But in this game, it's pretty much even.
Bonk had 5 points in that third quarter after scoring none in the first half. And Chris had mentioned that Schneider had 16 in the first half, only had 4 in that third quarter. Manitowoc being very patient. Schneider from outside the line, not a good shot. Latour gets the rebound, puts it back up, and he couldn't get it in. Techlog, pull up 8-footer, no good.
You just watch the way Manitowoc shoots. Some of their form is just awful for varsity basketball players, Marty. I'm sorry. You know, you would think you'd have a better shooting form. You just watch some of these guys put it up, and it just doesn't look very good. The only person that scares me when he shoots is Kavanaugh. He's got a nice form. That's not a good place to be if you're Manitowoc.
Latour was open from the top, but didn't take it. Bonk, 12-footer is down.
3 of 4 in a quarter.
And back up to a 7-point lead.
It means South's due for a 3.
Miller in the ball game along with Pitch, the two top 3-point shooters for South, at least tonight.
Nice.
Recklitis got it inside, draws the foul. He'll be shooting a pair. Need to have 2, Chris. 1 for 2 trip is not good enough.
Well, I just like what happens when the ball gets dumped down into Jared there. He's just stronger than the players inside there, and I think you mentioned before need to get it to him more often also.
Yeah, right.
Drive, dribble between that zone and kick it into him.
Ever since they stopped throwing it inside from the second quarter on, they've rarely got it in the paint, whether it's dribble drive or a pass. (36-31).
Here's some pressure.
Recklitis with 8 points now.
I just think this is what they should have been doing earlier.
Schneider with a runner, couldn't get it. Wanek with the rebound, couldn't get it either. Recklitis clearing bodies underneath, got the rebound. Oh, Bonk. Latour. Step back, nails a fadeaway. Oy. Not a good turn of events there. I hate to ask you this, Chris, but how many turnovers does South have?
13, Marty. 13 turnovers. Manitowoc with 2.
Really? Oh, well,
13 turnovers to
so 2, that means they've had 11 more chances to get a shot off.
Well, yeah.
And if you only get a shot off on, let's say, 6 of those 11, and you make a third of those, that's 2 more, that's 4 points. And that's being very conservative.
Well, Manitowoc's taken 43 shots, Marty, and South has taken 28.
Really?
That's why Manitowoc is winning, shooting
really
about 29-30%. Well, you got free throws too. That those aren't shot attempts, but that just adds up.
Well, you're right. When you get the turnovers, that means you're probably not getting a shot off. Pitch from way outside, got it.
I told you, every time they get down by 7, they get a 3. Manitowoc's going to struggle with this. He doesn't want the ball. He's better off just standing there. Just like that, it's a 4-point game again.
Got to get a stop. Bonk trying to get it inside to Wanek, but couldn't.
Every time that they get down, somebody gets a 3. Keeping them in.
David Latour is going to toss it in. Latour seeing a lot of minutes here in the second half. Didn't start the ball game. Didn't play a whole lot in that first half.
Well, he's their 6th-man guy that they kind of count on like you expect South to do.
Schneider, they're saying it went off a South player. Sam Selk not arguing the calls, so apparently it went off a South player. Manitowoc will keep it. 4:56 remaining in the ball game. Ginther going to the table to check in. And South in a zone now.
Why? I just don't understand. Never mind.
Schneider's shot is no good. He gets the miss and puts it up and in. Well, you got to block him out after the shot attempt.
He's hot.
Pitch. Had a good rise up on the shot. Saying it went over the backboard.
Well, here's that pressure. Let's see if we can get a steal. Been close before. Or a turnover.
Miller looking for the steal.
Almost got it. See, Wanek just sits back here. Doesn't help out. Nobody's flashing in the middle for Manitowoc. I like South's chances with this.
They did have a guy in the middle, Chris, but Miller came up to guard him. It was Bonk, actually. Wanek had his shot blocked, and they're going to get Rekleitis with a foul. I thought he had nothing but ball.
Yeah, Wanek is just slow to the basket. That's why I made it easy for Jared to pick him clean. And Wanek is a good guy to have at the free throw line.
Look out for the long rebound. There you see it. Boy, it looked like all ball.
Jeez.
Wanek got that one in off the backboard.
Down 7, due for a 3.
Thought you were supposed to call those.
4 minutes. Miller is open, but pitch couldn't catch it clean.
Manitowoc continuing in the 2-3 zone.
Good job by Tetschlag with that back.
Yeah. Oh.
That's just a lucky break. Lucky break. Hit it.
Pitch. Wrong side. Couldn't get it. Rekleitis got away with a foul over the back. Tetschlag gets a slapping. Gets away with a slap on Bonk. Schneider to Bonk. And going up for the shot, Jared Rekleitis is going to get called for another foul. Bonk will be at the line shooting a pair. Bonk with 7 points, all of them coming here in the second half. Second miss by Manitowoc. 7 out of 9 free throws they've made so far, Chris. Puts that one in. It's 42-38. This is the largest lead of the night for either team, for that matter. Tetschlag. Harrison with a 18-footer.
See if we can get a steal yet. I still think we can get them to turn it over. Just a 6-point game.
Schneider being guarded by Rekleitis, but he gets around the defense.
Rebound.
Taking a three-pointer, nailing it was Tyler Fears. We haven't heard of him.
Come on. Are you kidding me? Guy's averaging 4 points a game, 7th leading scorer, and he stands up and takes a standing three-pointer and puts it in.
Yeah, didn't even have a good knee bend on that.
Lead is 9, 2:47 left. Plenty of time yet.
Yeah, it's the largest lead of the game.
Don't have to get threes, boys. Dribble down and give it to Rek. Or Harrison.
Right down the middle scores again.
Oh, Harrison just a tad slow.
Missed it. Good feed to Schneider, who lays it up and in. Schneider having a night. Back to a 9-point lead. Ball is tipped out of bounds by Bonk.
2:16 left.
Schneider with 24, Chris.
I still think South can get that turnover there. A lot of heads hanging on the bench right now.
Yeah.
A little shocked, I think, by what's going on here.
Shot by Ginther right down Main Street is no good, and Manitowoc comes away with the rebound.
South with only 4 fouls, so if you're thinking bonus.
Foul on Ginther.
It's his 3rd. Might want to bring in Miller here with his, he's feeling it a little bit tonight. They do. Bring in, no, they're bringing in Bainey.
Bainey and Selk come back in.
I think you bring in Bainey for his, you can foul with him because he has none, Marty.
Right, yeah, good point. Tetschlag is on Schneider, taking him way down the floor.
Uh-oh.
Oop. Jared couldn't stop. Yeah, offensive foul. Maybe not.
And Manitowoc, take the ball out underneath, please.
I'll tell you, taking Schneider and Tetschlag out of the action really opened up underneath, opened the floor underneath the basket. Manitowoc calls a timeout. Brown not able to get it in.
Well,
TJ Schneider has played a heck of a ball game tonight, and if you look at it from a defensive standpoint, Manitowoc has been able to stay in that 2-3 zone and make hay with it.
Hey, I know we haven't seen all the teams, Marty, but he's one of the better players we've seen. I mean,
he's had a night.
Could be honorable mention all conference of some sort or sneak on the second team. But right now for South, they're looking at fouling, and they want to foul anyone except for number 4 and number 23. And
23 is 4 for 4, 6 for 6 so far. Number 4 might be a bad choice. He's only 1 for 2.
Well,
I know he's got a really good free throw percentage on the year.
He's a senior, but I think they want anybody else to get fouled here. And play a little offense-defense here. Don't be afraid to bring in guys, too, that don't have a lot of fouls.
What hurts is when you get a guy like Thiers you haven't heard from all night, and all of a sudden he nails a 3.
Guess who's got the ball? Don't foul him.
Tetschlag almost had it stolen. He tipped it away from him, but he couldn't save it. It went out of bounds.
Good try, Eric.
Tetschlag and Schneider exchanging pleasantries underneath the basket on that toss-in.
That's the guy you should have fouled. That's the guy you want to foul.
That guy. 1:37 left in the ball game. South down by 9. Kavanaugh in.
You know, when
he's up shooting, he's a junior.
You know, most of the time you don't think about, oh yeah, we're only down by 9 fouls. They might miss some, but you've only scored 38 points, Marty. So what you need to do is score about 12. Which is like a third of your points in a minute and a half, and it took you the whole game to get that. I mean, it's just been a struggle on the offensive end, but you got some guys that can shoot, and there's some misses.
Got Pitch and Miller in the ball game, your top 3-point shooters tonight, but you can't take all.
No, you don't need 3s, but we'll get one.
Good release and over the backboard out of bounds.
You don't need 3s. You could dump it.
1:22 left.
Get a turnover. Get a turnover. Rec doesn't want to foul because he's got 3.
It doesn't matter now. You gotta get him. For Jared, that's his 4th. Tour will be at the line. Tour has 5 points tonight. He averages 9.1. Tour puts in the first one. Eyeing up the shot, and he nails that one also. 49-38. Manitowoc extending the defense a little bit, and that allows Pitch to drive and score. 49-40. 1:08. Timeout by South. It's a full timeout. We'll take a short break and be right back. Back at South High School's Acuity Fieldhouse, I was just looking up the free throw shooting. Manitowoc tonight has made 10 out of 13. They've been very good at the line. South has only made 5 out of 9. And not good enough.
No, and they've made 5 threes tonight. They're 5 of 17, South, that is. They're just shooting 41%, 40% on the season, 41 in the game.
I would say at least 4 to 5 times they made 3-point baskets when they needed to keep in the ball game. But there's Oven Mon. But since that time, they've the magic has been gone.
Yep.
Just haven't been able to get that big basket.
Another thing is Manitowoc, just 2 turnovers in the game.
Even against pressure. Oop. Going to the free throw line will be Tyler Thiers.
As much as I thought they'd get turned over on that press, they've handled it somewhat. I mean, they look shaky, but they get it done.
Bobby Knight said it's amazing how effective you can be if you can catch the ball and pass it. And they don't always look good doing it, but you got to admit they've caught the ball and they've been able to pass it to their own teammates, and that makes a big difference.
Well, you mentioned it before, that 3-pointer.
Yeah, by this guy.
By theirs.
Tetchlock got away with the grab on Kavanaugh. I mean, the jersey went way out, and then Harrison loses it out of bounds. Oh, another turnover.
14 turnovers. 14 turnovers.
54.4 seconds left. Manitowoc on top, 50-40. Another strategy substitution, situational substitution, getting Rekleitis out with his 4 fouls. Schneider wants to score, can't do it. Tetchlock with the rebound.
His 5th.
Pushing it up.
Rek was 6. Look at how far away from the basket South is. Look at how far away they're from the basket.
Tetchlock driving to the hoop, around and around and around and in. Good shot by Eric. 50-42. 35 seconds left.
Good news is they got the basket. Bad news is you're out of timeouts.
Yeah, it's only the second and third point for Eric. You know, I thought defensively he was going to do pretty good with Schneider, but he kind of caught his stride in that second quarter, Chris.
I might be wrong. Jamie Berlin said he's got 1 left. I disagree, but I got 5. He took 1 when it was 12-8 in the first quarter. He took 1 in the second quarter, and then 3 here in the fourth. But I might be wrong. I've been wrong before. No, 1 in the first. No, 1 in the second.
I got him for 1, 2, 3, 4. I got this as their 5th one.
Thank you.
But I was going to say the second quarter was huge for T.J. Schneider. He had 12 of his 24 points in that quarter.
Yep.
And he is he's been in beast mode tonight.
Wow. Just the if you ever needed a steal, now is the time.
So how many timeouts you get in a high school game?
5.
Well, I thought it was you just get timeouts so you don't want to take them anymore. Isn't that how it is in college basketball? Boy, Bonk really strong with the ball, Chris.
Yep. Patience by
Kavanaugh. Followed by Selk. Good sportsmanship shown there.
Yep. Bonk real smart there. Didn't panic. Just was strong with the ball. Double bonus for Manitowoc.
And Kavanaugh missed his only free throw attempt earlier.
Line drive is in.
His first point of the game. Reklitis and Miller in. Good shot there by Eric and now by Richard. He's got Maloff in the truck. Back to a 10-point lead for the Ships. Pitch. Tetchlog rising above the crowd, couldn't get it in.
Oh,
and skying in for the rebound was Adam Bonk. Wow, that was impressive, Chris.
Yep, his 5th rebound.
And if this goes on Jared Reklitis, and it does, and that's his 5th foul. Bonk had no points in the first half, Chris. He's got 8 here in the second. If he knocks down a couple of free throws, obviously he'll move up into double-digit scoring. He's, I wouldn't say he played a bad first half. He just, you know, was basically a non-factor, but he's been pretty good this half. One rimmed in and out. Down to 14 seconds. Miller from outside the line, couldn't get it in. Tetchlog. Pitch with a fake, and it drains a 3 from way out, but it's going to be too little too late, and that's the end of the ball game. 53-45, our final score. Manitowoc led by TJ Schneider with 24. Pitch had 13 points to lead South. Chris, a couple of wrap-up comments?
Yeah, too many turnovers for South, and once again, the C word, consistency on offense, just wasn't there. Nice win for Manitowoc, and I got to be honest with you, I didn't see this one coming.
All right, final score was Manitowoc 53, South 45. Manitowoc improves to 9-9 on the season, 3-9 in conference. South drops to 7-11. 4-8 in conference. We did not mention when our next ball game is going to be. It's going to be next Tuesday, February 10th, when Preble comes to town to play Sheboygan North. We look forward to giving you, bringing that ball game to you. For the crew, Eric and Richard and Scott and Chris and myself, I'm going to thank you for watching tonight, and we'll see you down the road.